Hey everyone, welcome to week 5 of a 10-week PowerYoga series. Today's class is a 60-minute practice where no props are needed other than your yoga mat and maybe a towel and some water. I'll go ahead and see you guys on the mat, and feel free to leave a comment at the end of class letting me know how it went. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So just giving ourselves a few moments to get grounded in our practice, either propping yourself up on some sort of a bolster or a block, or just finding any comfortable seated position. Feeling yourself rooting down through the sits bones, through the legs, connecting to the earth beneath you. As you start to settle your mind and your awareness to the present moment, to your body, to your breath, we'll set the collective intention here to allow ourselves to be fully present with our practice during the next hour. Taking things one breath at a time, one moment at a time. As we settle into the body, letting go of anything that you've done previously today, letting go of anything that is maybe on your to-do list, fully arriving to the here and now. Notice the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Noticing the quality of the breath here. Maybe our breaths are short and shallow. Maybe they're full and deep. Whatever the quality of our breath may be, it's allowing ourselves to find a little bit more length in the spine, growing a little bit taller, creating some more room through the belly. And as you feel your spine elevate in space, allowing the shoulders to roll back and down just a little bit here, opening the space between the neck and the shoulders. Softening any gripping in the legs, the thighs, any heaviness of the arms. Slightly lifting through the chest here. And then as we create a little bit of length in the back of the neck, bringing a slight little tuck of the chin into the chest, just a little bit here. Not creating any tension. Allow the lips to soften. Allow the jaw to soften. Allow the gaze of the eyes to release and to soften here with eyes closed. Feeling the relaxation of the eyes. Allowing the gaze to rest gently at the point between the eyebrows. You take some breaths here. See if you can relax the skull here. Softening through the crown of the head. Allowing the brain to soften, to grow light. Just noticing any subtle shifts here already. Taking these moments to fully anchor back into the present moment so we can really be here with what is, before we start to add on any movements. just taking note, placing a mental bookmark here of the state of being that you're capable of achieving and that you're capable of entering, not just now, but in any moment. Remembering that you can always revisit this state of being whenever it's needed. Where we're moving too fast, or out of breath, or stressed out, we can always come back to this practice. It starts by coming back to our breath. And carrying with us this internal awareness as we move throughout our practice. We'll gently start to come off of our bolsters if we were sitting on a bolster. And otherwise, just taking a moment to uncross the legs, to gently balance the knees, windshield wiper the ankles from side to side, just adding a little bit of movement here into the legs, stretching them out. And then on your own time, we'll transition into our tabletop pose. So finding our way into all fours. Taking a moment to make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. And taking a few moments here to warm up the body before we really start diving into the strength building, the power aspect of our class. As you orient yourself on your mat, with an inhale, we're going to bring the belly down, gaze up into cow pose. As we exhale, rounding through the upper back, coming into cat. Inhaling, belly down, gaze up, open the chest. Exhaling, rounding through the back, tuck the tailbone. Inhaling, belly down, gazing up, opening up the spine. Exhaling, tucking into cat, rounding through the spine. Two more here on your own time. Inhaling, belly down, gazing up. Exhaling, rounding through the back. Last one here, inhaling, belly down, gazing up. Exhaling, rounding. Finding our way back into our tabletop pose, keeping the toes tucked under. We're going to bring the palms facing down, fingers towards yourself, and then with a little bend in the elbows, we'll just start rocking forward and back. We're moving in a circular fashion. As you continue breathing here, just allowing the wrists to start to warm up, start to wake up. Doing your best to keep the pinky finger and the thumb both rooting down. And switching the direction of your circles if you're taking some circles here. And as you come back towards center, we're going to keep the palms facing down, fingers facing outwards. We're going to take a little rock from side to side. Create some lightness through the lower half of the body. Create some lightness through the upper half of the body. Seeing if you can equally distribute your weight through the hands and the legs. Creating more of a easeful, light feeling here. And then finding your way back towards center. We're going to bring the palms facing up, fingers towards midline, and then curling the fingers into a fist. We're going to start taking some circles here. Feel free to get your spine and your hips involved. Hips can come back and around. Spine can undulate, can sway from side to side. waking up the body here. And then switching direction of your circles. And see if you can stay aware of what's taking place inside the body. Beautiful. And then finding your way back towards center. We're going to come sit on the heels for just a moment, and we're going to shake the hands out, side to side, front and back, and just shake it all out. From here, we're going to tuck the hands, we're going to bring the hands back down towards the earth, and then tucking the toes, we're going to send the hips back, coming into our first downward dog of the day. Or first downward dog of the class, at least. Take a moment here to pedal out the feet, wiggle out the body, taking any movements that feel good to you here. Feeling yourself opening, stretching through the hamstrings. Beautiful. And then with an inhale, we're going to rise ourselves forward, coming into a plank pose. And then we're going to lower the left arm and the right forearm down towards the earth. We're going to hold our forearm plank here for a little bit, just to start activating through the body. So making sure that the elbows are pressing down, the forearms are pressing down towards the earth. Seeing if you can check that your index fingers are parallel to one another. Making sure you have one long line of energy from the crown of your head down towards your heels. And then we're going to start swaying the hips from side to side here. So as we're on the toes, we're going to sway the hips to the left, then to the right, to the left, to the right. Keeping that engagement through the upper half of the body, activating the core, activating the obliques here. For 3, for 2, for 1. And then finding our way back into our forearm plank. We're going to press back up into our plank pose, and then come back into our downward facing dog. So just feeling the heat as it's starting to build within the body. With an inhale, we're going to extend the right leg up, coming into our 3-legged dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to step the right foot onto the outside of the right hand, coming into runner's lunge here. You can add a little bit of a bouncing movement, bouncing up and down, keeping the spine long, keeping the chest elevated, gazing forward. And then as lightly as you can, stepping that left foot onto the outside of the left hand, coming into a little yogi squat here. Hands coming to prayer in front of the heart, just gently swaying the hips from side to side, opening up into the hips. And then as you're ready to do so, pressing into the heels, straightening through the legs, and coming into a forward fold. Walk the feet back hip distance apart. Taking a moment to alternate bending one leg at a time. And breathing into the hamstrings, breathing into the IT band. And then with an inhale, we're going to come up halfway, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, melt your way into a forward fold. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Reach the hands up. Rise up onto the tiptoes. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Gently lower the heels down towards the earth. With an inhale, hands up, reach up, grow tall. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to step the right leg back this time, lowering the right knee, pressing down and lift up. We're going to come into our low crescent lunge here. pressing the left heel down towards the earth, scissoring the legs together. Strong, active, and engaged in this posture. And then releasing the hands down towards the earth, stepping the left foot back, rolling through your vinyasa here, inhaling forward, exhaling chaturanga, elbows in line with shoulders, inhaling upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhaling hips back, downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we're going to inhale left leg back, three-legged dog. Then as we exhale, we're going to step the left foot onto the outside of the left hand, coming into our runner's lunge on this side. Really press that left foot down into the earth, spreading the toes out wide. You can add a little bit of bouncing movement through the hips. Stay light on the fingertips, keep the spine long, keep the chest lifted, gazing forward. Breathing into the legs. And then slowly, so in control, stepping that right foot onto the outside of the right hand. Lower the hips down, coming into your yogi squat. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Gently swaying from side to side. Notice that the more that you sway to one side or the other, the more you start to get into the hips here. Beautiful, and then finding your way back towards center, pressing into the heels, lift on up as you straighten into a forward fold. Inhaling, we're going to come up halfway, flat back. Exhaling, melting into a forward fold. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time, hands up, reach up, come up onto the tiptoes. And then as we exhale, we're going to interlace the fingers, palms facing up. Rotate over towards the right. Stay high on the tiptoes, keep the core engaged. Start bringing the gaze over towards the right shoulder. With an inhale, coming back towards center, raise up a little higher. And then as you exhale, revolving, twisting over to the left. Use the core, stay active. Inhaling, coming back towards center, lift a little higher. Exhaling, release the hands down, swan dive your way into a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling, we're going to step the left foot back this time, lowering the left knee, pressing down to lift up, low crescent lunge here. Keep pressing down through that right heel. Activating through the core, scissoring the legs together, reaching up for the sky. And then with an exhale, hands come down towards the earth, step the right foot back, and flow your way through a vinyasa. And we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Taking a breath in your downward facing dog. And then from your downward facing dog with an inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. As we exhale, tap the right knee towards the right elbow. Inhaling, extending right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhaling, right knee to left elbow. Spin that left heel down to plant onto the earth. Lift the left arm up as you draw the right knee in towards the chest, activating the core. Staying here, or you can straighten through that right leg, coming out towards the side. Activate through the side core, send some breath here. And then with an inhale, re-extending back, three-legged dog. Exhaling, stepping the right foot through. Keeping the left leg straight this time, rise on up into a high crescent lunge here. Start powering up the legs. Sending some breath into the low half. And then with an inhale, we're going to rise up, coming forward, straightening through that left leg. Then we're going to come into a tree pose. So bringing the sole of the left foot into the right thigh. Hands come to prayer in front of the heart here. Take a breath here. And then rising the hands up, growing your tree branches. Stay here, or for an added challenge, you can try closing the eyes for a moment. Woo. And then drawing the left knee back in towards the chest. Right hand onto the right hip. Left peace fingers grab the big toe. Straightening out through that left leg. With an inhale, open the left leg out towards the left side. Right arm can stay on the hip, or you can grow a tree branch. You can stay here, or you can bring the gaze over towards the right side. Bring the left leg back towards center. You can grab the outside of the left foot with the right hand, straightening through the left leg, twisting over towards the left. Slowly start to bring the gaze back towards the left thumb. Stay standing through the right leg. And then finding your way back towards center, extending that left leg forward. Lift up through the toes, hands reaching up, really working those hip flexors here. And then releasing that left leg back, we're going to come into our warrior three. Hands can stay in prayer in front of the heart, or hands can reach back by your side, airplane wings. And then starting to bring a bend into that right leg. Tap the left toes, then lift on up, straight in warrior three. Bending the right leg, tap the left toes, straight in the leg, warrior three. A few more, bending slowly and controlled, right leg, straight into warrior three. Last one, bending the right leg, tapping the left toes, straight into warrior three. Super slow motion. Stepping that left foot all the way back. Inhale, rising up, high crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer, twisting over towards the right here. Keeping the hands in prayer in front of the heart, or straightening, opening up through the wings. Feel the breath, feel the belly, pressing against the right thigh. Our twists are super good for digestion, super good at detoxifying the system. And then on your own time, rising back up into your high crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, open up into your warrior two towards the left. Keeping that bend in the right leg, reaching the arms long, gazing in front of the middle finger. Again, notice the weight distribution within your body here. Notice if you're leaning too forward, leaning too back, or see if you're equally centered here, distributing the weight in both legs a fair amount. Feel the upper half of the body rest above your pelvic girdle here. Turn that right knee a little bit more out. It has a tendency to lean in, so externally rotate it. Spread the toes wide. With an inhale, we're going to straighten the right leg, bring the hands in towards your heart. Exhale, bend and extend. Inhale, straighten the right leg, hands in towards the heart. Exhale, bend and extend. Twice more here. Inhale, straighten, hands to heart. Exhale, sit into your warrior two. Last one. Inhale, straighten, hands to heart. Exhale, extend. Inhaling, front palm faces up. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep your bend in the front leg. Reach long through the right fingertips, reaching all the way back. And then with an inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Exhaling, coming forward, extended side angle. Right hand can come down onto the earth. It can kind of hang out on your right thigh, but don't put too much weight there. Or if you want a more of a challenge, you can straighten through both of the arms, really activating through the legs, activating through the side core, just keeping you lifted. And then inhaling, rising back up, warrior two. As we exhale, windmill the hands down, flow through your vinyasa here. Take a moment in your downward facing dog, checking back in with yourself. And then with the other side, inhaling, left leg up, three-legged dog. As we exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhaling, extend, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhaling across, left knee, right elbow. Inhaling, extending, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhaling, stepping the left foot through, pressing down to lift up, rise on up. High crescent lunge here. Noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing your presence in the posture. Strength being generated in the legs. Lifting up through the chest, through the rib cage. Growing a little bit taller in the spine here. And then starting to shift the weight forward, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest as we bring the right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. It can also rest in the left quad, if that's what's accessible for you. And then bringing the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Stay tall. Feel yourself being like a tree here, rooted firmly into the earth beneath you, growing tall through your trunk, elevating through the chest, reaching the crown of the head and reaching the arms up as if you're a tree reaching up for sunlight. Hands can stay together. And if you took the challenge on the other side, you can close your eyes for a moment. You might surprise yourself. And then bringing the hands to prayer back into the heart. Left hand onto the left hip. Grabbing the right big toe with the peace fingers. On your own time, straightening through that right leg. It doesn't have to go all the way straight. It can also be bent. More of a priority is keeping that left leg straight. And then right leg can open out towards the right side. Left arm can come out to a T. Gaze can stay where it's at, or you can work your way towards the left hand. My right hamstring is a little bit tighter than the left, so I have a little bit of a bend on this side. And then coming back towards center, we'll go ahead and switch. So left hand grabs the outside of the right foot, straightening through the right leg. Right hand can make its way back. Gaze can make its way back towards the right thumb. Beautiful. And then releasing, coming back towards center, drawing the right knee into the chest, lifting up as high as you can, and straightening through that right leg. Really working that right hip flexor. Straighten the leg as best as you can. Flex the toes towards your forehead. Hands can reach up. Beautiful. And then so controlled, starting to make your way into your warrior three on the side. Hands can stay in prayer in front of the heart. They can come flush by your side. There could be a little bit of a bend in the left leg, or you can straighten through the left leg. As we do on the other side, super slow motion, start bending that left leg, right toes tap behind, straighten back into your warrior three. Bending into the left leg, right toes tap, straighten, warrior three. Twice more, slow and controlled, bend and tap, straighten back out. Last one, bending the left knee, tapping the right toes, straighten your way up. Super slow motion, making that right foot step all the way back. With an inhale, rising on up, high crescent lunge. Take an in-breath here. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer, twisting towards the left. Noticing your foundation here, creating as much stability through the legs, minimizing our wobbliness. Pressing the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Reaching the crown of the head long. Supine twists are so helpful. Really massaging the internal organs here. And then releasing that twist with an inhale. We're going to rise back up, high crescent lunge. And then as we exhale, opening up, warrior two towards the right. Go ahead and switch sides here. Adjust your warrior two as needed. Again, take a moment here to notice the weight distribution within the body. Notice if you're leaning forward, leaning back, and doing your best to distribute the weight between both legs, keeping the upper half of the body stacked right on top of your pelvic girdle, firming the muscles of the pelvic floor up, strengthening through this lower triangle, and then lifting up through the spine, allowing the hands to extend from the shoulders. Steady with the breath. Gaze can come out in front of the middle finger. Or you can try with eyes closed for more of a meditative experience. See if you can breathe. Allow the breath to flow out to the fingertips, out through the toe tips. With an inhale, we're going to flip the front palm up. As we exhale, we're going to reverse our warrior. Keep the bend in the front leg. Lengthen, breathe into the left side body. Beautiful. With an inhale, rising back up, warrior two. And then as we exhale, we're going to come forward into our extended triangle. So again, long line of energy in the right side of the body. Left hand can come down onto the earth. Left hand can rest on top of the left thigh, but not putting too much weight here. Or left hand can reach up for your goalpost arms if you feel strong, stable through the legs and want more of a challenge here. Beautiful. With an inhale, rising back up, warrior two. And then as you exhale, wind and middle the hands down. Flow through your vinyasa here. Pull me back in our downward facing dog. Take a breath here in your downward facing dog. With our next inhale, gazing forward. As we exhale, step hopper, float the feet to the outside of the hands, coming back into our yogi squat. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. Take a moment to gently rock from side to side. And then from here, we're going to walk the left hand. Go ahead and face you guys. We'll walk the left hand forward and in front of the left leg, reaching long here. And then we're going to open up the right arm out towards the side. We can stay here, breathing into the stretch. If you want to add on, you can wrap the right hand behind the back, reaching for the left inner thigh. The left hand can reach back to connect with the right hand. You can stay here, gazing up towards the right shoulder, breathing into the shape. Or you can also bring your gaze down, start walking the right foot in towards midline, shift weight over into the right leg, and then with the burst of energy, press down to lift up, straightening through your standing leg, and then straightening through your lifted leg. Breathing here. Strong and long spine. And then slower than when we came up, we're going to start making our way down. Super slow motion. And then releasing that bind. If you had a hold of it, we'll all bring our hands to prayer back in front of the heart, gently swaying from side to side, integrating that standing balance pose if you went ahead and did that. And then releasing, or coming back to center, excuse me, we'll switch sides. So we're going to walk that right hand forward and in front, reaching those right fingertips as far wide as we can. And then the left hand is going to come up towards the left side, opening through the front body. You can stay here, or if you want to add on, you can wrap the left hand behind the back, reaching for the right inner thigh. Right hand can reach back for that left hand. Maybe they connect in your bind here. If they're in the bind, you can bring your gaze over towards the left shoulder. If you went for the balance pose on the other side, you can bring your gaze back down towards the middle, down beneath you. Start walking the left foot in towards midline. Shifting weight over towards the left leg. And then again with the burst of energy, pressing down to lift on up. Straightening through standing leg, then straightening through lifted leg. Beautiful. Breathe here. Squeeze your shape in towards yourself. And then slow and controlled as slowly as you can, making your way back down towards the earth. Releasing that right foot down. Releasing the bind of the hands. Again, you can sway the hips from side to side here. And then on your own time, we're going to meet back in a forward fold. So pressing into the heels, straightening through the legs. Feet hip distance apart here. You can take alternate bends in the legs here. Straightening through one leg and straightening through the other. Beautiful. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our big toe of each foot with the index finger and thumb. And then shifting our weight over towards that right heel, we're going to start slightly lifting up through that left leg. Maybe it just comes to hover. Maybe it reaches out towards the side. Release that back down. Switching sides. Shift weight into the left leg. Maybe the right foot starts to hover. Maybe as you press out into the left foot, right foot comes out towards the side. And release back down. We'll try it again on each side. Shifting weight over towards the right leg. Maybe hovering off that left foot. Maybe you extend it out towards the side, lifting up through that left heel. Woo, and lower it back down. We got one more side. Shifting weight over towards the left leg. Press the left heel down. Maybe the right foot starts to hover. Lift that right leg on up. And then release it down. Beautiful. We're going to add the arm into this. So releasing the big toe of the right foot with the right hand. Shifting weight over into the right leg. Right hand can come out to the right side for support. Lift up through that left leg. Maybe the right hand hovers. And then release it on down. We got one more side. Grabbing the big toes of the right foot, releasing through the left hand, shifting weight over into the left leg. Right foot can lift up, left arm can come up by the side, and then release it on down. Stepping the left foot back, we're going to come into our half pigeon pose. So lowering the left knee. We're actually going to come into this other stretch first. We're going to come onto the outer edge of the right foot, flexing the right toes towards the forehead. Right hand can gently press onto the inside of the right knee, really breathing into those right hips. Keeping the spine long here. If you want to add the quad stretch into this, you can bend the left leg, reaching back with the right hand to the top of the ankle. Releasing that back foot if you have a hold of it. We're going to walk the right foot in towards midline, coming into our half splits for a moment. So coming into our half Hanuman. Just taking a moment to rotate the ankles from side to side, keeping the right toes flexed towards the forehead, keeping the spine long. And then we're going to come into our half pigeon pose. So walking that right foot all the way over towards the left side, lowering the right shin down towards the earth, untucking the left toes, gaze behind the left shoulder, making sure that that left heel is in line with the left hip. Flexing through the right toes to protect the knee. The right shin does not have to be parallel. With an inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, lengthening, 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 start melting your way forward, coming into your half pigeon. Give yourself a moment to press into, lower into the forearms. You can also melt the entire upper half of the body, resting the forehead down towards the earth. Hands can reach forward and in front. Enjoying this stretch for some moments here. Taking a moment to scan the body here, notice where you're gripping, notice where the body is tensing, and see if you can allow yourself to soften and to release. If you want to add on a little bit of a stretch, shoulder stretch here, you can press into the right hand as you thread the left arm through towards the right side, resting the left side of the face onto the earth. Really focus in on the breath here. Feel the belly expand and contract. The deeper we breathe into these poses, the more oxygen, fresh oxygen we can deliver to the muscles that are being stretched. And then unthreading the left arm, if you went for the shoulder stretch, we'll all start walking the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tucking the left toes, we're going to lift the right leg up, coming into our three-legged dog. Take some hip circles here. And then settling back into your down dog, just take a moment to pedal at the feet. Getting a little bit more movement into that right leg. And then switching sides with an inhale, we're going to extend the left leg up, three-legged dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to step the left foot onto the outside of the left hand, lowering onto the right knee, coming into the outer edge of the left foot. You can gently press the left knee with the left hand. Eyes can be open or closed here, whatever feels best. If you went for the quad stretch on the other side, you can bend the right leg, reaching back for the top of the right ankle with the left hand. Then releasing the right foot if you have a hold of it. Walking the left foot in towards midline. We're going to come into our half Hanuman, half splits here. So keeping the spine long, pressing that left heel into the earth. See if you can draw the left hip back as the right hip draws forward. Deep breaths here. Just taking another moment or two here in our half Hanuman. You can always rotate the ankles from side to side, or you can also be in your full splits if that's a part of your practice. And then walking, coming into our half pigeon pose, walking the left foot all the way over towards the right side, lowering the left shin down, gazing behind the right shoulder, making sure that the right ankle is in line with the right hip, coming back towards center, flexing through the left toes to protect the knee, pressing the shin down into the earth, with an inhale, lifting the spine up, lengthen up, and then as you exhale, rolling down one vertebra at a time into your half pigeon. You can lower down to the forearms. You can also stay on the fingertips, or you can lower the entire upper half of the body down towards the earth. Again, remember deep breaths here. Pulling the left hip back as you draw the right hip forward. Allow the breath to circulate all the way into the left hip here. Notice where you're tensing in the body or in the face. And allow yourself to soften, to release any gripping. Taking another breath or two here, soften the jaw. As we enter into poses like our half pigeon, sometimes our body tends to grip and tends to resist and tends to close up. So what we practice doing is just observing what transpires and what takes place within the body, and always just gently inviting more breath, inviting more movement, more openness in these spaces. If you took the shoulder stretch on this side, unthreading through the right arm, and we'll all start walking our hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the right toes, and then lifting on up into our three-legged dog, taking some hip circles. Coming into our downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Gazing forward, we're going to step or hop our way towards the front as we lower our weight down towards the earth. Last little bit of effort here, we're going to come into a cross-legged position. We're going to bring the hands next to our hips. And then on your own time, you're going to press the hands into the earth, lift the hips up, maybe lift the feet up as well. Lower back down. We're going to do that 4 more times. Pressing the hands into the earth, lift the butt, lift your butt up, maybe lift the feet up as well. Then lower your way back down. We're going to do 3 more. Press down, lift hips, maybe legs up as well. Lower your way back down. Last 2, activate that core. Push the hands into the earth, lift the hips, maybe the feet come up too. And release down. Last 1. Pressing the hands into the earth, lift the hips, maybe lift the legs, hold, maybe legs straighten for 3, for 2, for 1. Woo! And release that. Coming onto your backs. Hugging the knees into the chest, gently rock from side to side here. And then allowing the knees to fall over towards the right side. Gazing over the left shoulder here. Legs can stay bent, or you can also straighten through the top leg, getting a little bit into the IT bend here. Either way, this should feel quite relaxing, quite expansive. And allowing the breath to settle back into its natural pace. And then switching sides, drawing the knees back into the chest as they fall over towards the left side, gazing over the right shoulder. If you straighten the top leg on the other side, straightening the top leg as well, grabbing the outside of the right foot. Belly gently rising and falling. And then coming back towards center, hugging your knees into your chest for one last warm embrace here. Rocking from side to side. You're more than welcome to take any final pose before Shavasana. You could come into your happy baby, or any other posture that you like to close out your practice here. You can straighten one leg at a time, getting a little more into the hamstrings. Whatever suits you here. And then as you're ready to do so, coming into your Shavasana here, your final resting pose. Extending the feet out in front, taking up as much space as you like. Arms coming out by the side, relaxing the body. Allowing the breath to flow naturally as we integrate our practice here. Taking rest for a few moments. your awareness back to your breath, back to your physical body. Inviting some movement back into the hands, into the feet. Wiggling the toes and the fingers. On your own time, gently rolling onto either side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, before pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Coming back to the posture where we first started. Noticing any changes, any shifts from when we first began. I hope this class has been beneficial for you. I'm grateful that we were able to practice together here in this space. We'll close out our practice by bringing the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Gently bowing in towards ourselves in gratitude of our practice, and bowing towards one another for our willingness to show up to our mats. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in each and every one of you. Namaste.